This is a story of a group chat. Yes, an ordinary group chat, but not quite. You see, this one has a peculiar story filled with, well, I'll let you see for yourself. And what better way to start this story than talking to the one who started this whole thing?
So, Zidu started. We had a lot of friends that we went to church together with, and we were like the best of friends. We invited all of them to like our birthday parties. We hung out a lot, and when quarantine struck, it was a very hard time because we couldn't hang out with them anymore. So, I wanted a place that we could all talk together, but like it wouldn't give us the virus. So, because our parents wouldn't let us hang out with each other anymore. So I created Z-Dudes. Z-Dudes is a Gmail chat, and this wouldn't have happened if my brother didn't introduce me to Google Hangouts.
Little did they know that this little Google Hangouts chat would become much more than they could ever imagine.
So, when we made Z-Dudes, we did not think it'd get that far. I personally thought that it would be there throughout the pandemic, but once the pandemic would be over, I thought it would die.
To keep a group chat alive is a very difficult task for most, as 80% of group chats die after a year. It is a hard task unless you have brilliant-minded chat members to start it, which is exactly what Z-Dudes had.
When I first joined the chat, I never thought it would become this huge. We just had small ambitions. We wanted to just connect with our friends during the pandemic. We just wanted to have a small chat, Never thought it would turn out this big or have this much influence.
Influence is right. As Z-Dudes became a more active chat, more members were being added, whether it was friends or family.
I really decided to join this chat. One of my friends added me, and it was just a really great way a safe way to connect with friends.
Pretty soon, the chat spread to many different people who were all very different and diverse, though all with the same story on how they got there.
Yeah, I think Nate told me about the chat when I first got my Gmail account, and then he added me to it.
Though the members had the chat to communicate, many found quarantine hard, even with the chat. Everyone had a different story to tell.
Alright, I think the chat really helped me connect with my friends because we were able to have these really deep conversations about like Poe and Avengers. It was an amazing experience.
With amazing experiences come not so amazing experiences, and the chat experienced the highs and lows of COVID. And when times got desperate, so did the chat. The deep, meaningful conversations turned into cringy and annoying jokes. But with the hundreds of bad jokes made in the chat, one seemed to stick. This one was different. This was the type of joke that would make no sense to bystanders, but pure comedy gold for all of your friends until it gets old and eventually dies. But this one got old, but it never seemed to die. It was an annoyance to some, but hilarious to others. This inside joke almost brought about the end of this chat. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Z-Dude's most influential joke.
So Post started in like a really funny way actually. So one day when we were having dinner, me and Enoch, like it was getting really boring since I take a long time to eat, but for some reason he was taking a long time to eat too. So I started making jokes. We started making jokes that rhyme, and we were trying to have like words that actually rhyme. So yeah, for some reason we started using Poe a lot, and then it just caught on. So we just started using Poe. For example, one of our jokes would be, why did Poe jump on a flower? To destroy a tower, because it rhymed like that. It was funny. So then we started making a Poe song, and then we told our friends about this joke trend, and it caught on. And for the next month, it was really funny. And in our chat, we just spammed Poe, and it was a good time.
So the Poe movement was started at a camping event with a few of the BROSKIS members. So it was started when Enoch was saying some jokes that he and his brother made at his home. And they weren't even funny. But that wasn't the funny part. The funny part was when Enoch started laughing hysterically like a madman. Like, for the worst jokes ever. Like, one of the jokes was, who raised Master Shifu? Himself.
Soon, these pre-quarantine jokes that would normally be funny to no one somehow became a staple of comedy in the era of Z-Dudes.
Poe overall was very funny, but it did get out of hand when members of BROSKIS started spamming his name in the chat. And doing that.
Soon, Poe would die down during the era of quarantine, but it would never die, with Poe jokes still being stated to this day.
You like Poe?
The panda?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, do you like Poe? After the Poe movement, life in the chat became a little more peaceful, but not too much, with Poe still going on. Life started to fly by, days turned into months and into years, and before you knew it, quarantine was over. And with the end of quarantine came something quite peculiar: chat branching. Z-Dudes soon branched off into other chats created by Z-Dudes members, trying to replicate the same magic that Z-Dudes had.
What chat were you most active on outside of Z-Dudes?
None.
But even with these many chats created, many people that were invited refused to join.
His influence on the culture of many of the people I know is unparalleled.
That's it.
So why didn't you join at first?
Bruh. I don't know. Cause there's a bunch of kids, bro. The chat was called Z-Dudes, and then some Space Dudes, Space Connects or whatever. And now apparently it's Broskis. I don't know, bro. Some weird stuff, bro. Weird stuff.
Soon after COVID, an idea came upon some of the chat members that sparked a revolution: a name change. The idea was farther at first, but soon it actually became a reality.
Hey, yo, guys. What's up, dudes? So, yeah, anyways, changed the name to Brewski, and Z-Dude's kind of lame, because, you know, it's like the same Z-Dude, so yeah, whatever. Change the name to Brewski.
After the name change was approved, the chat members had some mixed feelings.
What I feel about changing the name to Broskis is that first I was like really in for it, like the current space manager of Z-Dudes really wanted me to advertise this Broskis thing, so I went for it, but now I'm kind of taking regrets because the documentary is named The Documentary of Z-Dudes, right? So, but the name right now is Broskis, so I think it should be named with Z-Dudes, and if we're telling an original story, the chat should live up for its original name and its story.
Although the chat was very friendly, not everything was good. Some people were unhappy with the chat. Leaving was a very big issue for chat members.
I left Z-Dudes because in the summer, my dad wanted me to skip a grade in math. So I had to leave the chat because it was distracting me from doing my math.
I considered leaving because, I was the youngest member. Everyone kept saying, I'm the least mature, and everyone was kind of bullying me like that. And then, I actually said that everyone was really rude, and, then I apologized. No, so then I left the chat, and then, Enoch, put me back in, and then I said sorry to everyone. But then I'm still kind of mad at them, though, because, because all the unmature stuff, and they keep pointing it at my face, and that's why I considered leaving.
Would you ever leave again?
No. Well, right now, not yet, because I think it's a good chance.
Though with all these setbacks, Broskis is still there today, and it plans to stay.
I think we're gonna be able to connect a lot better, and I think it's gonna mostly be the same because that's how it was for the past 2 years, and we'll talk about like more and more events like that will come up, and also the elections are gonna come up soon, and yeah, I'm thinking gonna run, and yeah, that's what I think about the future of Broskis.
Yeah, what I think is that when I joined, not many people were chatting, but now as we go more forward in the future of the Z-Dudes, we are chatting more, we are having more conversations, we're getting more fancier into the stuff, like we had elections of people running, and I hope like next year me and Emmanuel will run, and yeah, I think the future of Broskis is going to be pretty good.
You say you're all.
This body started out of necessity.
Can I be like over here? No, you cannot be over.
Documentary about different events that happen in seasons, and an exclusive part of it will be we will be asking the members of Broskis different questions that fit their personality and what they've done to our beloved chat.
Sir, yes, sir.
So please enjoy.
Yo.